The Endless Golf Podcast, brought to you by Toyota.
And welcome into another edition of the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. Joining me today from the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour is the engine behind that tour, and that is Ray Taranto. And Ray, it's great to have you back on the podcast. We were here last year talking about your business, and your business has certainly morphed over the years and certainly grown. And we're going to get into the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour in just a few minutes. But let's talk a little Ocean City golf first. We've got the skyline of Ocean City behind us, a beautiful links at Lighthouse Sound, the beautiful par 3, number 5 lurking, and that's always a fun hole to play for sure. But I tell you, does it get any better than playing Lighthouse Sound and seeing the skyline of Ocean City, Maryland?
No, actually, it gives me gives me the chills, Bobby. Growing up in the D.C. area, Ocean City was always our vacation home. We had a little condo on 140th Street, and coming over the Route 90 bridge and seeing the skyline and knowing you're going to Ocean City for the weekend has always been special to me. And then later in life, to raise my family there and to be involved with golf and special places like Lighthouse Sound and Endless Golf, Bobby, it's almost like a dream come true.
Well, I can tell you did a great job with Eastern Shore Golf Magazine. I know you sold that a year or two ago, and I know the folks there are doing a tremendous job carrying on that tradition. But you were also the host of a number of great tournaments throughout the year. Talk to us about the tournament schedule that you had in Ocean City for years, and then also the one that's coming up this July.
Well, when we started the magazine, we started the amateur tour called the Tour on the Shore. Many people know about that. We ran that for like 15 years on the shore. We play all the local courses, and it was flighted, so no matter what your skill level was, there was a division for you: A flight, B flight, C flight, D flight. So anywhere from 0 handicap to 30 handicap, there's a division for you. A great weekend get-together for the boys, and some girls played with us too, and just played competition. Played golf the way it was supposed to be played, putting it out, playing your own ball.
And also playing medal play. You know, when I play golf, most of the time when we play, we always play match play. But the hardest format in the game of golf is what you see on TV every weekend, and which you'll see this, coming up in all the majors, obviously, and that is medal play, where you have to count every shot and put the ball in the golf hole. So that really gives golfers a taste of what it's like to play out on tour. One bad hole can ruin your day, Ray, for sure.
The Tour on the Shore, Bobby, it was a great thing for us in the magazine. We were able to unite the scene, all the players on the shore, bring out some of the best players, the best amateurs, all the club champions came out and played. And then we turned that into a national championship. So this summer we'll be hosting our 8th annual Under Armour 54-hole national championship in Ocean City. Last weekend in July, we'll play Newport Bay at Ocean City Golf Club, Lighthouse Sound, and Rum Point, 3 of the best courses you could imagine playing down at the beach. We'll have a nice dinner party at Sunset Grill. I know you're friends with the guys over at Sunset Grill. They put on a great dinner for us there, and we're looking forward to going to see Buddy Sass and the team at Ocean City. And obviously, Phil Fenstermaker is the name that everyone needs to knock off the top.
He was a guy who really dominated the tour for a number of years. I watched him play the game of golf, and he's a great player, and he's a grinder as well. But Philip has done a great job over the years. And you've got a lot of loyal golfers that have played in your events for a number of years. And I think that's a big part of the tour. The camaraderie that you get with the group that plays there is kind of special.
Yeah, we have a bunch of great guys. Harold Baines from the Orioles and White Sox comes out, Eric Smith from Georgetown Hoyas, and Stan Gelball, Brian Cummings, former Maryland Terp quarterbacks, and Brent DeWitts, and just a bunch of great guys that love to compete. The game of golf, that's why you want to play till you're 100 years old, because you can never master it, and that's why all the ex-athletes pick up the game of golf. It's for the challenge and to play with your buddies and push each other and have little side bets going on doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely, and you mentioned there's a number of great players, but we talked about this briefly too. There's really something for everyone that was on the tour, because you had golfers of all levels playing, and that's very interesting, because when you get high handicappers playing that medal format, that can be a disaster sometimes. And you talk about pressure. When you know you have to put the ball in the golf hole, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and so we put those higher handicap guys up on the white tees, try to make it a little
And then
easier.
you had a little max number for them.
Yes,
too,
for the C&D fights, we did do a max score triple bogey.
which is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, you got to help the pace of play. The golf course loves that aspect of it too.
Well,
get
Ray,
in and out.
Well, Ray, like me, you have enjoyed playing golf in Ocean City for a number of years and built a number of relationships. And we always love bringing that championship back to Ocean City, Maryland for those 3 days in July this year. As you mentioned, some great golf courses. But your main business right now is really the Under Armour Junior Tour. And it is powered by Under Armour. And I tell you what, you've done a tremendous job growing this tour all over the country. We're going to take a quick break. Come back, we'll talk about the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour after this, so stay with us.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I love a good adventure, and my friends and family do too. So we all drive Toyotas. Tacomas for my rugged buds, and Corollas for my city crew. And I drive a RAV4 that I take camping, shopping, and basically everywhere else. We all picked our Toyotas because they're reliable and efficient and have amazing resale value, saving us money now and down the road, so we can make every day an adventure. Check out buyatoyota.com for deals and inventory. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to the Endless Golf Podcast presented by Toyota. And joining me from the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour is Ray Taranto. And Ray, we talked about the tour that was famous, and that was the tour on the shore. And then that morphed into the Under Armour, the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour. And you've done a tremendous job. You've grown this all over the country. You have a number of sections that play to qualify, and then you have a national championship in there. And we talked about the amateur golfers, the older golfers being able to compete and play in medal play. But now you've got the younger golfers that are aspiring to be, maybe go to college, maybe even play professionally someday. And it's really a great experience for them to get a taste of what real competition is all about.
The junior golf has been just amazing. Stepping in, we had the tour on the shore, then we did the junior tour on the shore on the Eastern Shore. And that's how we developed the formula, the format to get the junior tour going. Then we decided to take that nationally with Under Armour. And boy, Bob, it's been 4 years now, and we've got 50 leagues across the country with over 2,200 kids playing this spring. So really excited to grow the game on a grassroots level, but even though we're growing the game for a lot of kids that are just getting familiar with tournament play, we're also bringing out the best players across the regions in all of those territories. Well, like you said, the top kids will advance to PGA National Resort for the national championship.
Well, that's amazing. And let's talk about the players, the kids that are playing. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the growth in them. It's probably kind of neat to see a kid that just starts out, maybe just taking up the game, learning the game, and then he grows into he or she grows into a really good player. And then, it's amazing because these kids are starting so much younger now, Ray, and they're so much better at a younger age. And how far they hit the ball, it's got to kind of be amazing to watch that.
It is amazing. They have such a big advantage on our generation. I think that nowadays, when COVID came, a lot of parents just said, "You know what? We're going to start homeschooling our kid." What that means is we're going to have our kid do a little bit of schoolwork in the morning, then we're at the course by noon every day working on our craft. And these kids are just stupendous. Our player of the year, 2022 player of the year, started playing with us our very first season 4 years ago. He's a junior in high school, and he just signed a commitment to play for the Florida Gators.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's a big deal. Some of our kids this past weekend were at the Augusta National for the Drive, Chip, and Putt National Championship. So their skill sets from driving, chipping, and putting are amazing. And we have a lot of amazing kids that are playing on our tour. The families are amazing. It's just,
I want to say this. One of the things that you've had to balance over the years with the kids is the parents. Like all sports involving kids these days, the parents are very involved. And you talk about what kind of challenges that it presents, and also if you had some advice to give a parent of a kid trying to learn the game of golf and play the game of golf competitively.
Well, first thing I'd say is none of the college coaches are looking at your child when he's 11. Okay, so let's not worry about these rankings. That you get these parents that are always talking about, oh, we want our little Johnny to get rankings. We don't need Johnny to get rankings. We need Johnny to get better. So let's keep working on our craft. Once we start getting into 8th, 9th grade, now we can start worrying about national exposure. 9th grade, 10th grade, now the college coaches, they're going to find those kids that are playing well, they're improving rapidly, they love their golf swing. So I would just say, slow it down, enjoy the high scores, enjoy the low scores, enjoy the ride with your kid. It goes too fast. Whatever happens down the road, it's in God's hands. Just enjoy it.
And just remember one thing, too. It's a hard game. It's a hard game to play. And it's going to be frustrating for a lot of youngsters when they take up the game. They're going to see people that are better than them. And that's either going to do one or two things a lot of times. It'll either drive them to get better, or it'll kind of scare them a little bit and say, hey, I'm not cut out for this. But I do think it's great advice. The younger kids really have to learn to enjoy the game. I mean, I think this happens in all sports, Ray, where you see parents, they put so much pressure on these kids and their surroundings, and the kids don't enjoy
they burn them out.
They burn them out in any sport. I think that happens.
Absolutely. You'll see the parent that is scolding the child for a bad hit or shaking the head or walking off the course, and you just feel for the child. The child's obviously trying to do his best. So as parents out there, understand your child's doing the best they can. Don't take it personal if he hits a bad shot. The game is tough enough as it is, so make sure that all support is positive enforcement.
Well, that's some great advice for sure, and we would be remiss if we didn't mention the other engine that powers the Junior Tour by Under Armour, and that is your wife, Holly. Holly does a tremendous job, and she's a big part of your business, and she makes a difference because she really is a people person, and people just enjoy communicating with her, and she's the brains behind the operation, no offense, but she really takes care of all the bookwork and all the things that need to be done.
Yeah, she does it all. Having to set up the registrations for all of our championship venues. She created the website. She's our accountant. She's the secretary, the VP, the boss. I just call her the boss. But having Holly on the team is the reason why we're successful. Her work ethic pushes me to work harder and to keep my stuff on point too. So, Holly, thank you for making this all happen.
Well, I tell you, it's been an amazing journey for you and Holly, and you continue to grow. The game of golf and with the youngsters is the big part of what you do right now. I can only wish you two the best. So the Junior Tour powered by Under Armour. Ray Taranto, thanks again for stopping by today. Good luck in 2024, and we'll catch up again in 2025.
God willing. Thank you, Bobby.
All right, until next time, so long, everybody.
The Endless Golf Podcast has been brought to you by Toyota.